Hey, friendos. It's me, Lawson, your favourite monster's favourite monster, and I am here to indulge myself in a part of my childhood that I never actually got to take part of, and that was getting involved with Warmachine. I've been very kindly sent the new two-player starter set from Steamforge Games, and Warmachine is something that's always interested me. I used to see it at shelves occasionally in like game stores and things, and didn't know what the hell it was, what was going on. So now Steamforge have very kindly given me the opportunity to see what this is all about, and now I am subjecting it to all of you and my ramblings. So we'll head over to the painting table. Seamless. And I am going to wax lyrical about what I like about Warmachine, as I am finding out about Warmachine, as maybe you will find out about Warmachine, or you're already into Warmachine and you're going, hey, this handsome idiot has a lot of things wrong, so I'm going to post some comments about that and maybe help him. Who knows? It's part ramble, part review, part painting video. It's everything you could want and more. And it hasn't even begun. Enjoy. Hello again. A quick interruption from editing Lawson. You can tell by the fact that I have a different shirt on. When I was filming the painting part of this video, it turns out that I cannot for the life of me keep a model in front of the camera lens at all times. So just a quick heads up and apologies. This footage is not my best. Right, so starting with a matte black primer, I used some of the P3 paints, Rock Hide, to do an all-over heavy dry brush of the full model, and that way I could see all of the details, and also because there's a lot of like undercladding on this model, I want to say undercladding or an undersuit, I kind of wanted to save myself some time, so I thought, work smart, not hard, heavy dry brush over the whole thing. That means the leathers are already leather, and it's a good base because brown is just a very dark red when it comes to painting, so it's going to be an easy time when I'm painting up that lovely Cador red later on. So having a look at the model, I think this one is called the Jackal and is part of the two-player starter set that Warmachine sent us. This is from the Cador side. The Saigo side was given to Mikey, and I can't wait for you to see what he's done there. You can check out his Instagram and maybe possibly even doing a video on the matter. I don't know, I left him to his own devices. It's wonderful. So yeah, here I am applying Cador red base from P3. So Steamforge, on top of sending us the starter set, were very kindly, and they sent me some of their new P3 range. There was a Kickstarter for it a little while ago. At the time of recording, I think the late pledge is open, so if you want to get your hands on some P3 paints, you can. This was wonderful because it was a paint range that I saw in my youth, never bought any, and then it kind of all disappeared due to production issues or something like that. But now it's back, and so I can live out my childhood and paint Warmachine using Warmachine paints. It's been quite fun, really, actually, to be a bit of a child and relive something that I thought to myself, oh, well, that'd be nice, and now I'm doing it. So yeah, I'm just going around the model, just kind of picking out any armor panels, armor plating, anything like that, anything that I want to be red, I'm painting red. It's a novel idea. What I found with the P3 paints themselves, they have a satin finish that I personally, as a painter, I'm not used to. I'm used to using very matte paints. So that was an interesting change. If you like a more satin finish, a little bit of gloss to your model, then definitely P3 is the way to go. I won't talk too much about them here in the now because I will be using other paints later. But they are very nice. I mean, this, you can see how it is with just one coat of the red, and that's working really well. I think in the end I did about 2 or 3 coats, thin coats, because again I wasn't too playing around with it. I wasn't too sure how much I could thin them, or how much they needed to be thinned to get a good consistency. As you can see there, just painting off camera. I'm a maverick like that. I don't think it's going to be a painting style that'll catch on anytime soon for tutorial videos, but we never know. If it does, it happened here first. Again, working around the model. So talking about Warmachine, because I do like Warmachine. There are several factions. I think there's about 8 factions at the moment. The basic premise of Warmachine is that you have these magical battle wizards called Warcasters, who control Warjacks, which are, in my neck of the woods, usually means my jack, but Warjack in Warmachine means a magically powered battle robot of varying size and lethality, and that's just cool. Magic robots are cool. Robots are very cool. So I was in. So working around the model, I thought I'd do his teeny weeny little face using Midland Flesh, again from P3. Pretty much all the paints that I've used here are from the P3 range. The only exceptions are the washes, which I will come to later. So yeah, just blocking out his face there. It was 2 coats, again, really good coverage, a little bit satin, but it works well. And then moving around to do all like black armor trim, his black boots. I'm trying to think what else did I paint black on as well? His scabbard, that was black. Okay, so next I went around the model and just did the last little bits and pieces. Stuff like anything leather pouches, leather backpack where he keeps his missiles. Then I did the smoke effects. I didn't know what I wanted to do at the time, so I just painted them white, and I thought, right, I'll work out what to do from there. I was very impressed by the white, because for one coat, did some pretty good coverage. So that's a good thing. There's a big plus for the P3 paints. And then finally did the metallics and went round anywhere else sort of I'd missed any areas. I hadn't quite worked out how I was going to paint the shells, but later I just thought a nice military green. Why not indeed? So on top of this very handsome gentleman, you also get in the 2-player starter box a character Warjack for each side, a Warcaster for each side, a 3-man unit for each side, and a character solo, in this case the Jackal, for Kador, and you get one for the Signar side as well. Both total up to a 30-point force, which from what I've read of the rules means you can just start playing straight away, and it's a nice little starter force, or it's a good way just to keep playing Warmachine and having a great time. So the last step was the metallics, which I used Boiler Black, which is nice. It's a little bit darker than Lead Belcher, but still a fairly strong metallic colour. I'm really impressed by the metallics from P3, so if you are looking to get any of them, I definitely recommend the metallics straight away. Beautiful coverage, lovely colours. Do it, go nuts, do it now. Once the metallics were all done, it was time for washing. I only used 2 washes. I used Berserker Bloodshade on the red armour, and I used Nuln Oil on everything else. I kind of wanted to keep this simple. I had the whole... Simplicity was definitely the key in my painting process with this one. I didn't want to do anything too fancy. I wanted to sort of kind of keep myself to what I would have done when I was younger getting into painting. So just a base coat, a shade, and a couple of highlights. Highlight the metallics, highlight the leather by just going back over and relayering the brown, same with the red in a few choice areas, and highlighting the black using Immortal Black, which is a nice sort of warm grey, really good for highlighting the black areas. And then, as you can see, I just used a fluorescent orange paint on the smoke effects and the blast effects, and then I dry brush that black to try and give it a sort of a burning smoke effect, which I think I kind of pulled off at a distance. Again, this is tabletop standard, so no one's going to be looking at this really close up. It's just going to be on a table 6 feet away. And yeah, there's the handsome chap done. I'll put some glamour shots in, and then we'll go back to the table and I'll give you my final thoughts. So that was me painting the Jackal, one of the models in the brand new 2-player starter set, which you can pre-order now, and I think it comes out in about mid-November. Thank you again to Steamforge for sending it out to me. It is a lovely box. I like it. It's a little bit Spartan, as I'd say, because there's no dice or tape measures or tokens or anything like that comes in this box. It also doesn't come with the rule books, but that's because with Warmachine, all the rules and all the data cards and gubbins and everything like that you need for individual units are completely free through the app. So you can go on the App Store, type in Warmachine, there you go, it's everything, so you can take a look at everything now. I'm currently reading through the rules now, trying to learn how everything works. This is a personal thing. I'm not a big fan of online only rules. I like to have an actual book in my hands, but that's a me thing. I can work around that, especially when the rules are free and they are constantly updated. Every Wednesday they update the app and either add some new stuff in or change things around. Not just for the sake of change, but actually for balance and for nuance and things. So that's an absolutely brilliant thing, really, going forward. It's a living rule set, and it's free. So yeah, that's a good point. The models themselves, brilliant. Love them. Perfectly capture what gets me interested in Warmachine, which is the robots and the characters and the style. It's very different to any other wargame that I've seen on the market recently. And Steamforge, I've bought their stuff in the past. It's in good hands. With their previous projects and their previous IPs, it's in good hands, and so it feels sort of safe for Warmachine to be there, which is good. So if you are looking into getting something like this, I can absolutely recommend this box set. So thanks again to Steamforge Games. Thank you to all of you at home watching on your phones, on your tablets, on your smart fridges. I don't know. I've been Lawson for Live and Let's Dice, wishing you all a very happy today. May your brushes stay sharp and your palettes always wet. Regards.